It's the NFL on EA Sports.
And coming up, we'll see the electric Jaden Daniels.
He's been sensational as he leads the league in touchdown passes. It's the Commanders and the Eagles, and it's all up next.
What better way to start off the afternoon than with some football, huh? It's time to get things started here on the NFL on EA Sports. All right, football fans, settle in because we got bragging rights on the line in this one. Kate, Scott, Brock here with you as we get set for a division rematch. Brock, one side seeking the sweep, and the other looking for some revenge after how that first showdown went.
What do they say about familiarity? Familiarity does what?
It breeds something, Brock. It breeds, contempt.
It breeds contempt.
Yeah.
These teams don't like each other. They can fake it. They can say all the right things in the papers. They don't want any bulletin board material. But the fact is, you know your division foes better than anybody, and they know you. And that familiarity does bring a little extra heat into this matchup.
Matt Gay now ready to get this one started. And we're off and running from Landover. Dory Jackson now to return it. Uh-oh, it's a fumble on the opening kick. And they steal it back on the return. So never mind about who's receiving to start this game, Brock. Change of possession already, and this crowd is loving it.
And the first offense they'll see take the field is the home team, which is practically sprinting out there to take advantage and keep this crowd humming.
So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Daniels going to throw to get us started. That's caught, Tucker Kraft. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the two defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
On 2nd down, Robinson. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
This throw is caught. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
They've made it to 1st and goal on their opening drive, hoping to start this game with 6. Throwing now, Daniels. Look, this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. Good pressure from the defense there has them trending in the wrong direction.
You know, we do enough of these games, Kate, and I am a big fan of creativity. And the QBs today are some of the best to ever do it. But that's a situation where you got to know on 1st down, it's not time to be creative, especially if you feel the heat coming defensively. Just find a way to throw that sucker in the 1st row.
So now, here's 3rd and goal. Daniels back to throw. He brings it in. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it. Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
Jackson now to return it. Returns looking good so far. Some good work on that return. Brock gets this up to the 33. So here come the Eagles for their opening drive. They're led out by a QB coming into his 5th NFL season out of Oklahoma. It's Jalen Hurts.
While we all love to talk about the quarterback, wasn't at the forefront of their win last week, Kate. Kind of took a step back and let some of his teammates shine. Yeah, he made a good mark with a touchdown pass, a bad mark with an interception. Welcome to life in the NFL as a quarterback. A little more noise, elevate everybody else a little better than he did a week ago.
Hurts comes out throwing. Escapes the pocket. He's going to keep it this time. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Stopping that play, Trenton Simpson. 2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 37. That's caught. It's Saquon Barkley. And he gets it forward to still about a yard out of that. Give that tackle to Johnny Newton. They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6. From the pistol, Hurts. Bails out of the pocket quick. He's running for it. It's a 33-yard gain and a fresh set of downs.
Well, I think he was looking for that running lane and that running room from the very start right there, partner. Even as he worked through his progression initially, he was waiting for space to open, and then he takes advantage with his legs.
So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. First and 10. Here's Hurts. Searches from the pocket. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Putting a receiver in motion. 2nd down. Hurts throwing again. That's complete. Here's Brown. Just a couple of yards here as he heads for the sideline. So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Forced it. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
That sure ended up being worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
So on 4th down, on comes the Eagles kicker, Jake Elliott, for the try. This from the right hash and a considerable distance. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And we're all tied up now in the 1st half.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
Here's a return from the 7. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. They've got 1st down from the 31. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's swallowed up in the middle, no gain on the run. Big Jordan Davis getting there for the tackle. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Daniels. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
This offense looking to convert as they come up on third down. From the gun, it's Daniels. He's on the move. Pressure's there, and he goes down again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough fourth down.
These scouts in the NFL, man, they scour the country, right? Coast to coast. You know what they're looking for with defensive players? They are looking for game wreckers. And that is exactly what this defender has done. He has wrecked this offense with back-to-back sacks.
Commanders punting on fourth down, and they're going to bring out the ever-reliable lefty vets, Tressway. Fair catch is made, a yard or two short of midfield. The Eagles and quarterback Jalen Hurts ready to go once more on offense. And you always got to watch him when you're down near the red zone. He is sitting second right now among all NFL quarterbacks in rushing touchdowns. On first down, Hurts. This one snagged by Dallas Goedert. And they make the tackle at the 38. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down. New set of downs for him at the 38. First down throwing for Hurts. A quick throw is swatted away, incomplete. That one firmly denied by the man in coverage. And it sets up second down. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. This one finds Goddard. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Hurts throwing again. Hits him on the in route. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's a Philadelphia first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
First down from the red zone. This one's caught.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
They motion the slot man right. And he cannot shake the tackler along the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and that brings up 3rd and 9. Hurts now from the gun. Escapes the pocket. And they take this in for the score. The Eagles break the tie here in the first. Jalen Hurts with a touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
The kick team out there for the Eagles, and this one is sent away. He fields it from the 8. He's stopped on the return at the 27. This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again. And you can see with the stats there, such a weapon for this offense to utilize week in and week out. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
He lobs it up, looking deep to the right side. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Out of the gun, Daniels. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of fourth down.
This defense could not make a bigger statement out of the gate with this game. Man, the lead up to a ball game, trash talk. Right things said in the paper, bulletin board material, whatever it is. This defense took something personal, Kate, and they are taking it out on this quarterback.
And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. The offense being led back out by its quarterback as they get geared up for their next possession. And they've been willing to both call runs for him and let him ad-lib as he sees fit. He's top 5 for rushing yards by a quarterback this season. Hurts looking to throw. That pass complete to Goddard. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Marshawn Lattimore up from the secondary for the stop. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They run it with Saquon Barkley. And that plunge is going to garner a couple of yards. Brought down by the future Hall of Famer, Bobby Wagner. The Commanders going dime here to defend this third down. Now movement as somebody goes early. And for the first time today, we're going to hear from our officials. One of the most common penalties in this sport. And the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. Running back sent in motion. On third down, it's Hurts. Got him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And the Commanders pick this one up. And Washington finishes the return to the end zone. Touchdown! The Commanders cut it to a lower point on the scoreboard. Really smart play from him there, Brock. Not just to fall on the football, but to take it in for the score.
Yeah, a word we don't normally use with D linemen a lot, quickness, right? It's usually the corner skill guys, but he was quick, man. He downshifted in a hurry for 6.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Commanders tie things 10-10. Still reeling a little after fumbling that away, but they're going to get it right back with this kickoff. Here's Smith on the return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Well, we see the medical staff headed out there now. We're going to get a timeout as they handle an injured player. Not what you want to see so close to the end of the season. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Throwing here, Hurts. Completes this one to Jahan Dotson. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
We're a quarter of the way through on this chilly winter afternoon. It's 10-all on the scoreboard. We'll return to Landover right after this. Ready now for our second quarter. The Eagles have the football. They're looking at 1st down here. They kick the running back in motion. Hurts. His quick throw knocked away, incomplete.
I'll tell you what, Kate, that's a really nice play in coverage. That linebacker looking like a quarterback on that play. Perhaps those cover guys could take some notes on how to stay in position and, most importantly, swat that pass away. Well, that's one you chalked up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
To the air, 3rd and long. Finds the in route, complete. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line.
I know on the stat sheet, Kate, that shows up as passing yards, but any defensive coordinator will take it. Understanding down and distance and keeping that offense short of the sticks.
They bring on the punt team, and they get this kick away. This one carries out of bounds. Not the greatest field position awaiting them. It's spotted at the 11. Out comes the Commander offense for another series. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
Now, after that play, we have somebody banged up down there. Injuries never welcome sight so close to the end of the season. They're out to attend to him. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Completed over the middle. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Zach Bond with the tackle. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Daniels now. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he'll go out of bounds. Looks a little short of that 35. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
They bring a tight end in motion right. 1st and 10, around to Robinson. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Tackle made by Chuck Clark. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. He musters up 3 yards on the run. That sets up 3rd and 4.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority.
And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Cooper to Gene in to pick it off. And the Eagles are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception. 3rd down from this distance, Brock. That is a spot you expect your offense to convert, but you also expect your defense to make the stop. This time, the defense won out with a nice interception.
Yeah, in that scenario, it's really like an outfielder in baseball, Kate, right? If you're going to go for it, as a defender, if you're going to just pull the trigger and you're going to go for it, you better make it happen, and you better get that pick. Otherwise, you're giving up a 1st down conversion. He gets the pick, and those defensive coaches and that defense celebrating on the sidelines.
Back to throw, Hurts. Buys time, rolling right. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. That was Kayvon Thibodeau there to wrap him up. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Barkley on the shotgun handoff. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. It was Mike Sanders still on that stop. 3rd and just 2 to go. They're going to try to pick it up with an option left. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
Braden Mann out once more for another punt. And he'll try to have his 2nd punt top his 1st one. And this will fly out of bounds to deny a return. They're going to mark it a little before the 20. The Commanders all set to regain possession. They are coming off their first interception of the game. This drive now a chance to rebuild some confidence. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Finds his man. It's Kraft. He picks up 15 on the play. And the Commanders will have a first. New set of downs for him at the 38. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he stopped after running it up across the 45 to the 46. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2. They've got a man in motion. Daniels from the pistol. That's complete. McLaurin along the sideline. And he goes out a little short of the 40. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. The give now out of the shotgun. Ooh, sharp run in here. He's past the 30. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Running it after the penalty. And he's going to have this one down to the 43 on a good run. That's 8 yards on that run, and now it's 2nd down. Throwing now, Daniels. He fires one deep down the middle. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Daniels completes this one to Kraft. And he's brought down after a short gain.
You get to that money down, that 3rd down, you look to your money players, and this tight end is capable of it. Let's give some credit to the defense right there. Did an amazing job, not only sticking to him, but bringing him down before he can move the chains.
So this one will go out of bounds, and they'll start the drive inside their own 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Goddard makes the catch. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. 2nd and 3 now. Hurts to throw. And the coverage just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. They're going to try to pick it up with an option left. And he's brought down for a loss.
How many times, Kate, how many times we sit in these meetings and the coaches will tell us the same thing? We win this game. We win these situations Monday to Saturday. That was awesome. That was short yardage recognition of that run, and they demolished it.
The Eagles are in punt formation. Braden Mann will kick it away. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. He has it at the 22. And he's brought down before the return gets far. That punt gets up to 59 yards. And they're going to take over possession. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. And they send a man in motion. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Motioning one of the tight ends. 1st down, and they go right back to it. This is ahead for about 5. Cooper to Jean with the stop. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Here's Daniels. He'll get it complete to Brian Robinson Jr. And he goes out. Just needed one more step there to reach midfield. third down, 1 yard to go. From the gun, it's Daniels. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. They put a receiver in motion right. Here's a counter give to Robinson. And he'll get this forward, and he's stopped at the 37. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3. We've hit the 2-minute warning now from the nation's capital. The Commanders are on the move here. 2nd and 3 now. From the 37. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Timing is everything in life. And timing is everything defensively. That throw was just a little bit late and gave the defense time to close, deliver a pop, and knock that ball loose.
3rd and short, Daniels. That's caught at the 4. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. A big 34-yard pickup there. And that will set up 1st and goal.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
Motioning the tight end now. From the red zone now. Touchdown, Washington! That gives him a mark of distinction for this season. He's now up to 40 touchdown passes this year, and it's part of one of the more impressive campaigns that we've seen from an NFL QB. Gay to add the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Commanders break that tie and now lead by 7. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Here's Smith on the return. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. Philadelphia getting ready to go on offense. They're trailing, but there's enough time, Brock, that they could get a scoring drive to attack that here before the break. 1st and 10. Here's Hurts. That's into the hands of Barkley. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short of the 35. 2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 34. He'll get this one to Brown. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. On 1st down, Hurts. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, he falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up. They'll go from the gun with Barkley. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Chopping that play, Trenton Simpson. On 3rd down, it's Hurts. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Great man on the punt. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. That hits at the 9, but nobody around to grab it. It carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Just over 30 seconds left in the half as they come to the line. First and 10 now. Here's Daniels. That's McLaurin with a catch out left. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Ball at the 33 for first down. Looking to throw. Along the sideline, Brown brings it in. And he crosses midfield before going out. It's halftime from near the nation's capital. The Commanders pulling in front after 2. Now we'll send you down the East Coast to our studios in Orlando. Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll kick things off in the NFC when the Giants have traveled down south to take on Atlanta. And it's the Giants who are out in front. Malik Neighbors, a touchdown reception. We'll stay in the NFC South as we head to Carolina to check on the Panthers. And that game has gone to halftime with the visiting Cardinals out on top. James Conner, a touchdown run in that first half. Lastly, let's get up to Buffalo to check on the Bills. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. The Bills trying to finish that one off and claim victory. What a treat to watch the rookie in that first half. The number 2 overall pick, Jaden Daniels. He was on point, throwing a touchdown pass to help his guys take the lead into the break. These two teams heading out of the tunnel. We're ready to get back to it. For the call of the second half,
the
here he is,
out there for the
great
Eagles.
Kate
And this one is sent
Scott.
away.
Kate?
Return coming from the 6. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Out comes the offense from Washington to begin the third quarter. And they really leaned on that passing game in the first half, Brock. Let's see if that emphasis continues to start the third. They'll run here on first down. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. Pass was thrown for Christian Watson. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Shotgun snap to Daniels. He puts some juice on a deep throw down the middle. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete.
Read and react. Read and react. Read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going. And you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And hey, at least he held onto the football, but they will get nothing on that return. So no return on that punt. And the Eagles will take possession. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Empty backfield now. The running back motions out left. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they'll bundle this up after a 4-yard gain. Brought down by the future Hall of Famer, Bobby Wagner. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Barkley trying this up the gut. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the first down. Just get to a manageable 3rd down. But instead, they move the chains. And that is one disheartening look on that defense.
Going to the ground again on 1st. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Brought down that time by Kendall Fuller. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. Here's another carry for Barkley. And defenders are there to get him at the line. Dallas Turner there to bring him down. No gain on the play, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5. Hurts now from the gun. Flushed out of the pocket. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
First down, ball at the 36. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Bails out of the pocket quick. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Stopping that play, Trenton Simpson. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Now Hurts. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Hurts setting up to throw. Firing one deep. It connects on the deep shot. Touchdown, Philadelphia. And with that score, he's reached a benchmark he's long had his eye on. 30 touchdowns in one season. And he's going to come away pleased with how well he has played to put up that kind of number this year. Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Eagles make it 17 all. The kick team out there for the Eagles, and this one is sent away. Starting from the 5. And look at this return. And a good return here as he gets it out past the 35. The Commanders set to take over. And this is an important drive to get momentum back after that touchdown tied things up. Commanders starting out in a good spot this drive as they get set. 1st and 10. Robinson on the inside give. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Zach Bond with the tackle. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Out of the gun, Daniels. He's on the move. He's keeping it. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Here's Robinson up the middle. And it's a nice gain off a really good effort there just to stay upright. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6. Daniels from the pistol. Complete. It's McLaurin. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. Well, after that play, training staff is headed out. That's one of their top guys who's shaken up. And they're going to need him back for the upcoming postseason. 2nd and 3 now. From the 17. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. A nice gain of 8 there, and it brings them to 1st and goal. Again, Daniels to the air. Dumped off to his running back. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
I know coordinator and quarterback going to be upset with that first down because you call a screen on first, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, that defense creates a negative play and sets them back behind the sticks.
And he can't find a lane before being wrapped up at the line. No gain on 2nd and long, and it leaves them behind the chains on 3rd. Now Daniels to throw. This one's caught. And that's a Washington touchdown. Well, this has definitely been a tight one throughout, Brock. So now that they've taken the lead, the question becomes, can they hold on to it?
And that question right there is one the defense has to answer. But this sure had the look of a drive where a coaching staff challenged that offense, saying, hey, we need a big drive from you guys right here. And sure enough, that offense delivers.
Yeah, no doubt. That one right down the middle. And the Commanders break that tie and now lead by 7. Jackson now to return it. This return makes it up to the 25. The Eagles and receiver Devontae Smith returning to the field. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
That's now the 3rd sack of the game, and I know how these defenders start to think, how many more can I tally up before this one's over? Still a bunch of game time. And this defense, well, they're feeling it.
And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
They put a receiver in motion here left. They'll throw on 3rd and long. And they get to him again. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. Punting unit out now. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And he collects the fair catch just inside the 35. No return on that punt. And the Commanders will go on offense. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. From the gun, it's Daniels. Gets this one to Watson. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the 1st down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Here's 2nd and 2. He gets this one to McLaurin. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. They get 6 and a 1st down as well. To throw, Daniels. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and he netted some positive yards.
And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. All right, we'll take a brief timeout here for an injured player. Never something you want to see this late in the season. They're going to check him out. Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. From the red zone now. This throw is caught. And he takes this one down to the 10 before hitting that sideline. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Throwing from the gun here. Into the hands of Samuel. Complete. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Motioning him from the slot right. We're through 3 on this holiday weekend. It's the Commanders' ball. A chance at a win if they can hang on to their lead through the 4th. They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he's out of bounds at the 3. Nearly got to the end zone there. A nice gain of 8 there, and that brings them to 1st and goal.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
All set up for an insurance score here. It's 1st and goal. Here's Robinson. Is in. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders go up by 2 scores as they try to put this one away. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
Gay with the point after. And the Commanders double their lead to 14. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Here's Smith on the return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Eagles about set to go on offense. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. Running back, motioning right. From the pistol, Hurts. He's got a man left. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Shotgun snap for Hurts. This finds Smith. And this one does not go far. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Throwing here, Hurts. Goddard makes the catch. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
And he stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about. So they'll let the play stand, decline the penalty, and that's going to bring up 4th down. 4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And he calls for the fair catch, and he's got it at the 14-yard line. The Washington offense getting set for its next possession. That punt goes unanswered, no return there. Man, it'll be their football. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Throwing now, Daniels. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
I'll be honest with you, Kate. As you grow and develop as a quarterback, your arm gets stronger. These comebacks can be one of your favorite throws in your arsenal. Because if you trust yourself and you throw it before that defender breaks, you know there's yards to be had on the perimeter.
On 1st down, they'll run. Stiff arm success. It's a 21-yard gain. And that'll be good for a Washington 1st.
I love these inside runs. Don't get away from them. You never know. You think it's going to be a short little gain, and then boom, get the right blocking, a possessed running back, and you get some serious yards on the table.
And he's going to run this down to the 36-yard line. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1. Man in motion here. They give it to him again. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
In the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10. Changing things up. They're going to throw now. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up 3rd down. Not on the same page with his tight end. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. He has the 1st over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
1st and goal now as they try to pad this lead. They'll try and punch it in. Has the Washington touchdown. The Commanders make it a 3-score game in the 4th. Deebo Samuel the touchdown. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
Now, the uprights. And the Commanders stretch their lead to 21. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Here's Smith on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. And Brock, we got a pretty good idea how a lot of the playoff picture is going to shake out, but still some time left for things to change near the end of the season. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down. Hurts now from the gun. He puts some power on a deep one left. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
Another turnover. This time it's an interception. Picked off Kendall Fuller. All right. right, defense did its job, forced the offense into a third and long, and that, in large part, partner, led to that interception.
Such a dichotomy, Kate, in so many ways. Offensively, we hear all the time what? Stay on schedule, avoid these situations. Defensive coaches, you know what they say, earn the right to rush the passer, earn the right to make them one-dimensional, and when you do, go pay it off. And they did in the biggest of ways with that huge INT.
First down, ball at the 36. From the gun, it's Robinson. And it took a couple of guys to haul him down there after a gain of just one.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field. Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. Offense to the line for second down. Motion man is the tight end here, going left. Here we go, second and very long. He's still going at the 30. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They strike for 23 yards. And the Commanders will have a first. Putting a receiver in motion. Daniels on first down. The throw is caught. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. And now we'll get a pause here. Trainers headed out to take a look at an injured player. Let's hope it isn't anything that's going to keep him from finishing this season strong. Might be trying to power this across, Brock. They've got three tight ends out there. It's first and goal. Fullback trying to power it across. And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. Ball still at the 3 as they get set for second and goal. Handoff now to Robinson. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Daniels, third and goal. And they will score. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders put up even more points in a win. Terry McLaurin with the touchdown. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded. To score this as a win for the Commanders. And they take not just a victory, but some serious year-long bragging rights home with them after this one, as they finish off the sweep of their division rivals. Well, that'll do it for us, for Brock Heward and our entire hard-working crew. I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Commanders, as with that, we sign off from D.C.